Hi friends, have you ever been told to improve your vocabulary you should just simply read more or read a lot? That doesn't really work because it really depends on what you're reading, and you may only stumble across a few words here and there that you don't know. I would suggest it's better to just peruse the dictionary. Find words that excite you, that if you're a creative writer, you should be doing this anyway. Just for fun, if nothing else, you should love the English language. If you love to write, at least I would hope so. Anyway, I have an exercise we're going to do today. It's less than 10 minutes, and I've got 3 words I've randomly selected from the dictionary. We're going to create 2 sentences for each of these words so we can better understand them by putting them into context. I will include the formal definitions and pronunciations below in the description to Merriam-Webster's website, so you can look those up later. But anyway, today's 3 words I've selected for us to play around with our writing are Filigree, Galvanize, and Jackleg. Filigree, Galvanize, and Jackleg. All right, we're going to have a little fun with our writing, and if you know these words and maybe they're not completely familiar to you, it's still good. It's still good an exercise for you to play around with. You may find you want to use these words in your writing later, and I really encourage you to do that. I love looking at the dictionary, finding words that resonate with me that I want to use in my writing. Anyway, let's get started with filigree. And filigree can either be a noun, a word that describes a person, place, or a thing, or it can be a verb, an action word. All right, filigree. Let's start out with using filigree in a sentence as a noun. And since this can either be a noun or a verb, we're going to do 4 sentences, 2 each for each, either 2 for noun and 2 for verb. All right, let's start out with the noun. Let me see what I can come up with for filigree. Oh, and I'm sorry. Filigree means fine ornamental design, usually made of gold or silver. That's the definition, or actually that's my kind of loose definition. Again, you should always look these up in the dictionary for the formal definition. All right. All right, here's the first sentence I came up with. The belly dancer's jewelry glittered when its filigree caught the light. So again, filigree is this fine ornamental design. You can imagine if you've seen a belly dancer perform before, usually they're wearing this very ornate costumes with all this kind of little jewelry on there with all kinds of little things that can catch the light. That's so the filigree that's on her jewelry is what caught the light. All right, let me use filigree in another sentence as a noun. Okay, here we go. Gold filigree surrounded the diamond of her engagement ring. So you can imagine this woman has an engagement ring that's very ornate. The gold design around the diamond that's in the center is very ornate. All right, filigree as a verb. Let's use it in 2 sentences. All right. Okay, as a verb, it'll be either filigreed or filigreeing. And I will say this, I usually use filigree as a noun when I put it in my writing. A verb, it's kind of clumsy. It's really up to your discretion and how you're able to finesse it into your sentence. Anyway, here's the first sentence I came up with. She filigreed a border around her design. So whatever design this woman or girl's creating, she's creating this ornate design around it. All right, let's try using filigree as in another sentence as a verb. All right, this is a little clumsy just because, as I mentioned before, filigree as a verb is a little awkward. The ornate patterns on the crown were surrounding and filigreeing the larger jewels. So you can imagine they have these larger jewels on the crown, and of course you have these these fine filigreeing ornamental designs that are surrounding large jewels. Filigreeing. It's a little awkward, but hopefully you came up with something better than I did. Anyway, let's move on to galvanize. And galvanize is just a verb, an action word, and it means to stimulate. All right, let's use galvanize. See what 2 sentences we can come up with using galvanize. All right. Okay, here's what I've got for my first sentence for galvanize. He hoped his speech would galvanize the union members to strike. So this fellow, whatever speech he's made, he's hoping it'll stimulate the union members, encourage them to strike. Okay, let's try galvanize in a second sentence. All right. His speech before the risky operation galvanized the troops. So now we're using it in past tense. So he's hoping that it will stimulate or encourage the troops. Whatever speech he's probably some sort of commander or whatever, trying to encourage the troops before they go on their mission. Anyway, let's move on to this last word, jackleg. I love this word, it's so weird. But see, this is the thing, unless you're like going through the dictionary, a lot of times you might not find these words, but they're fun to find, for me at least, and I like to, how can I put them in my writing? Anyway, jackleg, okay, and jackleg is an adjective, and it means dishonest or lacking skill. All right, let's use jackleg in a first sentence, see what we can come up with. All right, here's what I've got. They fired the jackleg carpenter after they inspected the wobbly railing he had installed. So this carpenter installed some railing that was wobbly. That's not good. So in this sentence, we are describing the type of carpenter this person is. He's a jackleg carpenter, a carpenter lacking skill in this case. All right, let's use jackleg again in a second sentence. Okay. All right, this is a little more straightforward. The Jackleg's car salesperson kept coming back with figures higher than what he had promised. I think we've all experienced this. You go to buy a car, salesperson disappears, comes back, I got a better deal, but it's really not a better deal. They've added in something, they've done something to basically make you spend more money. So in this case, they're saying Jackleg car salesperson, you're referring to a dishonest salesperson. You know, they're giving you a price and they're not standing by it. They're playing games with you, essentially. Anyway, if you enjoyed this exercise and found it useful, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and happy writing.